Well, it's been 40 years since one of the worst accidents in Van Buren history. 9 people were killed after an 18-wheeler lost its brakes coming down Logtown Hill. 5 News anchor Darren Bobb is one of the first reporters there right after the accident happened 10 years ago. And Darren revisited downtown Van Buren and heard from those who were there. It's a 5 News vault.
This is KFSM TV, Channel 5, Fort Smith.
June 21st, 1985, a little before 8 o'clock that Friday night, an 18-wheeler loaded with frozen pork steaks loses its brakes coming down Logtown Hill in Van Buren. It went airborne, hitting a railroad tracks at the train depot, and landed on top of a station wagon with 7 people inside, including small children. Everyone and everything ended up in the basement of 3 businesses on Main Street. Linda Dixon had just passed that intersection where the collision took place and saw everything in her rearview mirror.
We tried to get in, but there was so much debris everywhere.
Dennis Gilstrap was a Van Buren fireman back then. He was off duty that night, but was one of the first to get there.
I was in there, and it was so hot that, it felt like the hide was going to come off of your arms. It was really, really a hot fire.
Gene Bell was mayor of Van Buren then. He was at a birthday party when he got the call.
When I got down there, it was this mess of flames, and of course, everybody in the area was helping.
I can remember as a 21-year-old news reporter for a radio station here in town, coming across the bridge, parking right about here, and looking up out toward the building, seeing the back end of an 18-wheeler coming out of the back of that building and thinking, this can't be happening.
After I was here a short time, that's when I realized and was told that there was a car, a station wagon, that was actually under the truck that was inside the building.
Linda Dixon and a friend were able to get close enough to see that station wagon.
We heard a voice whimpering, and it's a sound that will haunt me until the day I die.
Dixon says it's a night she'll never forget.
What was actually several hours seemed like just seconds or minutes because you were so involved in what was going on. And
it took several days for everything to be cleaned up and cleared out. Mayor Bell says it didn't take long after that for Main Street to get back to normal.
The downtown people, the merchants down there, had the support of the entire community, and they did bounce back fairly quickly, I would say, but it took a little while.
Today, if you go to where that accident took place, you'll see a quiet little park built to honor the 9 people who died that Friday night 30 years ago. It wasn't long after the accident that these signs were installed on top of Logtown Hill, warning truck drivers they are not allowed to drive down Highway 59. We wanted to know how well those signs and other ways of warning drivers have worked over the years.
You can't go down, you can't come up, but you've got these, there's 4 or 6 signs on 59 that are the size of garage doors and flashing lights that say don't.
Van Buren Deputy Police Chief Larry Brown says for the most part, truck drivers have obeyed these signs.
You can see trucks use the turnaround, they see it, but then some of them just disregard it. And they get stopped.
Police try to patrol the area as much as they can, Brown says. The department also gets quite a few calls from residents when they see a truck on the hill. Brown says those who do try to drive down Logtown Hill are simply trying to take a shortcut.
Rather than going 540 to 40 to 540 and back around, a lot of the guys, the GPS doesn't tell me different, and they go down and up. That's, to me, it seems to be a lot of what we deal with.
At the same time, because of GPS technology, Brown says most drivers just not aware it's illegal.
I think a lot of it's an honest mistake, not blaming the GPS, but I wish, and there's been times, it's been bad enough for some companies that we've literally reached out to the company they're driving for and saying, look, you need to tell your guys that it's not. I mean, and I know it's a 10-15 minute hassle to go around, but it is what it is.
Covering news where you live, I'm Darren Bobb, 5 News.